J.K. Simmons was here, but only his voice. My review of the film Glorious will explain what I mean. Let's go.
Makes me wish I'd driven the extra 40 miles to the next rest stop.
That wouldn't have helped.
Why? Is there a troll living in that one?
So Glorious is the next film that's part of my Shudder review series. I'm going to also include it in what I call my Quickie review series, while I try to give you short and to-the-point movie reviews. If you haven't seen the film, here's a brief synopsis. After a breakup, Wes ends up locked inside of the bathroom at a remote rest stop. There he finds a mysterious figure speaking to him from one of the stalls. Soon Wes realizes he's involved in a situation more terrible than he could ever imagine. So Glorious stars Ryan Kwanten and J.K. Simmons for about 90% of the film, just those two. Yeah, a few other actors do drop by for some minor supporting roles, but only for a very few minutes. The film centers around a character named Wes, who's going through some kind of personal trauma because of a breakup, like I said. From that very first scene, you can tell he's maybe trying to run away from something. He looks very exhausted, and he stops at a remote rest stop. There he spends the night binge drinking and burning artifacts from his previous life in a small fire pit. When Wes wakes up from his alcoholic stupor the next morning, he enters the bathroom and quickly discovers that he's not there alone.
Everything all right over there, my friend?
I'm not much of a bathroom talker.
There's an entity in the next stall who begins to communicate a very wild story to Wes. Let's call this character Gat, because his actual name is very hard to pronounce. This leads to an extremely hilarious scene where Gat tries to explain to Wes how to pronounce his full name. Simmons gives a masterful performance. He commands your attention from the start and really keeps the story progressing as he communicates his story to Wes. He paints a very wild scenario of who he is and what he actually needs from Wes. Wes obviously doesn't believe anything that he hears at first. He thinks he's crazy. But let's just say that the information that he presents in an extremely convincing way to Wes, we start to believe it, and so does Wes. Through those conversations, we also Wes gets a different perspective on the traumatic events that led to him getting into the restroom. He really gets into his head. Now, I don't want to give you anything else away, but I do want to mention that one of the focal points of this communication is the quote-unquote glory hole that's between the two stalls that they share. This detail provides some very interesting, if not disturbing, moments between these two characters. Maybe this glory hole could play into one of the reasons this film is called Glorious. You be the judge. I also want to mention that one of the heavy themes in this movie is violence against women. So I just wanted to let you know that. But nothing is shown in detail, but there's a lot of subcontext throughout the film involving that subject. I think this film is definitely worth watching for the performance of these two main characters alone. The dialogue back and forth between the two is very entertaining, and it's also eye-opening to learn the details about Wes's personal struggle through those interactions. While the special effects are limited, they are really well done, and they do add a lot to this very limited set, almost like one room. The movie's just under 80 minutes, so the story's real tight and well-paced. So I'm going to give this film 2 thumbs up for sure. If you've seen Glorious, let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. If not, I think you should watch it. You'll like it. Like, subscribe, comment, share to this review or any other video you watch on my channel. Please continue to support me any way you can. We can only grow this channel together, and I'll keep making great content as long as you keep supporting me. So until next time, boys and girls, this is JeffMan316, your pop culture reporter, saying this has been another Quickie review, because who doesn't like a Quickie? You guys be safe out there.